So let's create employee controller. So PHP artisan make controller, and let's call it employee controller, and we can link it to the model that we have already created, which is employee. So hit enter, and we are done. Also, we need the requests for adding and updating. So let's create a request for adding an employee request, and also for updating. So let's add for the updates. So let's change it to update employee request. And we are done. So let's move to our so here app models, not models, controllers, and we have employee controller. So we have first function, which is the index. So here we need to get all the employees, and we use the employee model, and we called paginate, and we need 10 per page. And finally, we return view that we will create later, which will be inside employees folder, and name will be index, and we send the employees. So let's copy from here and paste here. So what else we need? We need another one for create. So here for create, so let's copy and paste. So we need to get the departments, and we can use the model departments, and let's import it. So what else we need? We need also the positions. So we can display, or we can choose a position for this employee. So position. And here we don't need to paginate. So we need to get all the departments and all the positions. And we need to import also the model. So what else we need? So here we return the view that we will create later, which is create. And here we send, so we send the departments, and also we need the positions. So copy and paste here. So what else we need? We have star. So here, as we have seen, so we have add the employee request. So don't forget to import it. So here is the request. So what we need to do here? So let's define a variable, and we need to get all values using the request. So let's use the validated. So since we are using the add employee request, so we need only the validated fields, and we need to add the image. So the image of the employee, and to add image, so we'll add another function that will save image. So let's call it save image, and this function will take the file. So we need to send file, which is the image. Okay, so we will send the file from front end or from the dashboard when the admin creates a new employee. So the save image, so we will create it soon. So once we store the image, so we need or once we add image to our data, so now the data array, so now we can create our employee and use the data array. And finally we return or we return to route. So the route we will create it later, which is the employees dot index, and we send success message. So here success, and employee created successfully. Okay, so this is the message. So that's all for our star function. Next we have show. Show method will return view that we will create later. And this view also, so the name is show, and we send employee that we want to display. Okay. So next we have the edit, and edit is the same thing as creates. Only difference is we send employee that we want to edit. So let's add it here also. Okay. So that's all. So what else? We have the update. So the update is the same thing like we have done with star. So just copy and paste here, and let's see what we have. So first we need to check if the admin wants to update employee image. So to do that, let's use if. So if the request has, so we need to check if the request has the file which is image, which means that the admin wants to update employee image. So in this case, we will do the same thing. So we will add, so here the array will give it the validated fields, and we will add also an image field with the uploaded image name. Okay. But we need to do something. So we need to remove the old image. So if the admin wants to update employee image, so we need to remove the old employee image. And to do that, we will add another function. Let's call it delete image. And this function will take the employee image as a param. Okay. So employee image, which is the one that we want to update. So we'll add these two functions soon. And finally, we update, we call the updates, but here we need to use the employee, not the model. So here employee, and we call the update and the data. And finally, we return the admin to the index with success message. So updated instead of created. Finally, we have delete. So the delete will do the same thing. So let's copy this part and paste it here. And also we need to do something. So as I told you, we need to delete. So if we delete an employee, so we need to delete also his image first, and then we delete employee, and we don't need the data here. And here, let's change it to deleted instead of updated. Okay. So now what we need, so we need the functions. So we need the save image first, and next delete image. So this function will save the employee image. So public function and name is save image. So this function will take the image that we want to save. And here what we have, so let's define variable image name. So we give name to this image, and we can use only the time, and we concatenate it with, so let's use so let's use another point or dot, and we can use now the image client original name, or let's use underscore. So I think that underscore is better than the dot, and we can now use the image and get the name of the image using the get client original. So get client original name, which is the name of the file. So next, what we need to do, we need to move the image. So we can move it to, so let's use the public path. So to use public folder, so inside we will create an image folder, and we give it the image name, which is the name of the image. Okay, so what else we need? So now we have uploaded and saved image, so we need to return the image name, so we can save it here. So here we can use it. Okay, so next we need the other one, which is delete. So this one will delete employee image. So let's change it from save to delete, and same thing, it will receive the image. So here we need first to check if the file exists before we remove it. So if the file exists and file is inside the public path, so let's use the public path, which is the images, and we need to use slash here, and we concatenate it with the provided image. So let's do something. Let's remove this. So if this file, so let's remove this. So if this file exists, which is the image or employee image, so if it exists inside our public folder and inside images folder, so we need to remove it, and we can remove it using the nlink, and nlink takes same thing, which is the public path concatenated with image. Okay, and that's all. So save. So now we are done with our controller, but we still have another function, which is so I think I have something wrong with so as you can see here, with name of the controller. So I just noticed it. So I made a mistake when I created the controller. So the name is imp m. So I don't know what happened to. So sometimes the keyboard, or I don't know what happened exactly. But let's do something. Let's create another one. So where is it? So this is the one that I have created. Let's create employee controller. So now we are done. Okay, let's create this one, and we can move everything we have here. We can move everything inside the new controller, and now we are done. So let's remove this from here and paste. Okay, and now we are done, and we can import the classes. So let's import all the classes we have. So let's import this department model, also the position, also the add employee request, and we are done. I think we need also, I did not add here, so we need update. So let's remove this. So update employee requests. Okay. So I think now we are done. So everything is imported. So we are done. So it's okay. Don't care to this red line. So just some packages are not working properly. That's why we have this red line here. Okay. So the request has the file, and here also it has these methods are working. So don't worry. Okay, so for this one we will add the route later. So now that we have changed our controller, so we don't need this one anymore. And to avoid any errors, let's run php artisan optimize, and we are done. Just to clear cached config events, routes, and views, and we are done. Okay, so now we have the controller. So next, let's move to, so we need to add the requests, and also we need to add the routes.